Hey guys, this is Waldo Wins, and this video is basically a collection of the 4 different game modes inside wager matches, being gun game, sharpshooter, sticks and stones, and the chamber. And this is basically a collection of these clips that really are too short or, can't be used just by themselves. Right here is some owning tomahawk action in a game of sticks and stones where I wasn't first and people tomahawked me, so I decided to put some tomahawks in their faces. And I ended up winning anyways, because once everyone was at 0 points, I just came back with the crossbow and my knives and took it home, really. But more importantly, this video is also a thank you for having my channel hit 1,000 views as of sometime last night. And it doesn't seem like much, but I was, I didn't know if I was even going to get 10 views or more. I'd have to, stop making videos and sit in a corner and cry with my 2 views. And here is a pretty awesome clip on Gun Game where I was just wrecking over here in a corner. You don't have to run around in Gun Game too much. You can just pretty much take people out as long as you're watching both corners and you have a area where there's only a couple places that people can be popping out from, like this main little arc over there. You're gonna own people in the Gun Game. And then we have some sharpshooter where I'm gonna practice my marksmanship on a non-moving target. Beautiful. And sharpshooter, it depends what guns you have. I was really surprised, and part of the reason I picked this clip was because I was using guns that I never ever use. I don't use the Stoner 63, I don't use the M14, and I definitely don't use the HS10, although I should. My preferred shotgun is the Stakeout, and that's not Stakeout, the Spas rather. I never use shotguns anyways, unless I'm having a fun game and maybe playing a private match where we're doing some shotgun only, followed by sniper rifle battles, which are, can be pretty fun. Allow you to practice your accuracy. And I wish I was in a sharpshooter round here when I was using one of these guns, because I would have just owned the competition. But I ended up coming out with about 3,000 points, 3,800, something like that, and the other next following person in second place was at about 1,000, so it's a pretty awesome game of sharpshooter. And like I said, if I put these games by themselves, they'd probably make for pretty boring videos, but if you put them all together, they're pretty awesome. And I also had a glitch a few days ago where I was playing firing range free-for-all, and I looked up in the air and there was a tire there, and I kept looking at it, and then I eventually shot at it and the tire just fell back to the ground. But I want to make a clip of that and see it on theater mode. Now, what are you doing, stupid, going in the building? Really never learn. But I was gonna try and make a clip of that, and eventually I checked in theater mode and the tire was never there. But it was. I'm not imagining things. It was there. I don't know. It was pretty weird. Maybe an explosion kind of glitched. And here's a pretty decent game of One in the Chamber, where I went 6-1 pretty quickly. And there were a couple funny parts to this video. One is the fail right here. How did I miss him? He's sitting in a corner. AFK. AFC rather. So I run up to him, and he shoots me. Really. Really. And there are another couple spots in this video where I'll have this pretty funny dilemma after shooting at someone and missing a bullet, which doesn't happen to me that often, so I had to improvise, but I got the kill, which is pretty sweet. And again, another thanks to Mr. Retroman for making my intro, because I'm using that on these videos now and it's pretty awesome. So I give you thanks to him. Please subscribe to him. Check out his videos on a lot of retro gaming. And also Excalum is working on some videos too that you should probably check out. And here we go. We are about to go on a wild goose chase. I think it's the longest one I've done on One in the Chamber without, I don't know how someone didn't shoot me, or at least this guy didn't turn around. I mean, he must have had a terrible headset. How can you not hear this many footsteps? Look, I'm sprinting around him. This knife failing again. This is pretty pretty funny. I mean, who doesn't turn around once in a while, really? Really.
Spy plane online.
And the spy plane. I always go to them. I mean, I'm not gonna sit and camp in a room and wait for them to come to me. That's just how I play One in the Chamber. And it's how I win. How I win. No, but One in the Chamber and Gun Game are definitely my two best wager matches. And I do a lot of wager matches too. And the reason I'm not so successful at Sticks and Stones is because if someone tomahawks you at the end, you're gonna die. And I'm not that great at shooting ballistics. And the crossbow either. So the only way I really get points is using the knife, and I don't get you 25 points. So I'm not too great at Sticks and Stones. But anyways, guys, leave a comment, please rate, subscribe, and show this video to your friends. Thank you for 1,000 views. Again, Waldo wins.